Good evening. Phil Lindemann, Krystal, 93 News. An emerging story from up north where a Blackhawk helicopter is circling Green Mountain Reservoir and surrounding areas, helping Summit Rescue Group and Summit Sheriff with a rescue operation. Details right now are slim. Tune in tomorrow for the latest. Keystone is another step closer to becoming a real town. Ken Riley, president of the group leading a township petition, says they have 200 signatures. That is more than half of all full-time voting residents in Keystone and 50 more than needed. If locals did not sign the petition, they fell into two camps.
Some folks had concerns about adding an additional layer of government.
And the other camp.
Folks who believe a town could not be formed without having property taxes.
Riley believes Keystone would be flush with at least $5 to $6 million the minute it becomes a town, from its share of the county sales tax and other initiatives like 5A funding. Flexibility to use tax funding as it sees fit is a big selling point for Keystone Township. It might even move the needle on a major issue, the crosswalk on U.S. Highway 6.
To us, it showed again why incorporation is going to be important, because a town will be able to do some of the things CDOT talked about.
That means shaping the road to give pedestrians more space and using cops for speeder control. If Keystone does become a town, it would contract with Dillon PD or Summit Sheriff's Office for at least 2 officers. John Woods is the newest member of Dillon Town Council after his challenger Kevin Stout stepped down just days before a special election. That election was supposed to happen next Tuesday, more than 3 months after Dillon Council was deadlocked trying to appoint a new member. Council voted 4-2 for a special election. Just 2 candidates signed up, Woods and Stout. This week on the State of Summit.
We're actually having a meeting this Friday. I believe it's with the town to talk through the scope of those improvements.
That was a representative with CDOT explaining the next round of discussions for Exit 205 in Silverthorne. She says they've already done this.
We did some signalization optimization along the 6 and 9 corridor this summer.
And there was this a decade ago.
Years ago, a study defined that a DDIR, which is a diverging diamond interchange, was defined as the proposed alternative.
But the diverging diamond never happened, and the exit keeps coming up in conversations with frustrated drivers and even law enforcement, like Police Chief John Miner.
It's 1970s infrastructure, and it really is time for an update.
CDOT now has $700,000 for another traffic study there to see if a diverging diamond is even the right option.
We're going to reevaluate that with today's traffic volumes, looking out 20 years, making sure that can still work.
This will take time. CDOT says it takes 2 to 3 years for design on a project of this size, after a study and before construction. Tune in again next week for the State of Summit on Krystal 93. Local fire danger is high today, with no fire restrictions here in Summit. In sports, the Rockies beat the Brewers at home today 8-4. And in local sports, brought to you by Red Mountain Autos at their new location on Airport Road, Summit Girls Rugby is out in Gypsum today for the season opener at Eagle Valley. Phil Lindemann, Krystal, 93 News.